Great. Hi, guys. Keisha Meismer here. I am a two-star national marketing director with Nerium. I'm going to meet you guys here. I forgot to do that. I have been with Nerium actually for over 4 years. I've been doing it part-time for almost 4 years in October. So I want to train you guys primarily tonight, directors and above, and just give you that elite training on how to get to the next step, because some of you guys, getting to director is a very, one of the hardest promotions right there at the very beginning. And you're thinking, okay, now I have a team. Now, how do I get my team to do what I just did? So you're like, okay. So I ended up, when I say Lexus, I will actually catch myself, unfortunately, saying Lexus because I'm so ingrained here in the States because we get Lexuses, and I know you guys get Audis. So I will just say senior director just to make it a lot easier. But I ended up getting into senior director in 10 weeks with the company. I don't say that to brag, but we were on fire like you guys are on fire. And I definitely think that helps. It helps to get those early promotions, because you have so much energy and people are watching you. So always remember that people are watching you. And if you can, get there on those promotions of FSQing and getting to senior brand partner quicker, the better, obviously, because, people are watching and then they go, your team, this is kind of what happened to me, is like, I got the iPad bonus and got to director. And then my team goes, well, I want an iPad. And because back then we didn't even have cash bonuses. So it's just an iPad. And I'm like, oh, I want an iPad. And so I said, okay, let's help you get to iPad. Once they got their iPad and got to director, you get the car. I mean, it's crazy. It's like, okay, help enough people get what they want and you get what you want. So that's kind of how it happened so fast. So first things first, you definitely want to run with your runners, okay? People that are working and wanting this business, you're going to want to lock arms with them, and you're going to want to help them and, run and get to the next, which would be senior brand partner or director. You want to help them get there. And then you never want to stop recruiting. This is what happens. Sometimes when you get to different ranks, people go, well, I made it. I don't have to do anything. Well, people come and go in this business. It is unfortunately the truth. Some people will come in, run in, and then, you never see them again. I don't know. It's crazy. It's like, okay, what makes you stop? I have no clue. But if I bring in more brand partners, then I know that I'm going to find people that are going to want to do and run with this business the way I want to run with it. It's all up to you. Your destiny is all up to you. So just keep remembering to always keep thinking about people that want to do this business, that need this business, and keep recruiting. I always try to make a goal for myself. I want to try to get 5 new customers and PCs a month, 3 to 5, and I want to get 1 to 3 brand partners a month. Those are always going to be the top of my mind goals. And if you keep those goals, especially at the beginning of the month, it can kind of help you go. If you are in your there we go. If you are at your senior director position, and you're thinking, okay, how do I get to the next level? It does take 2 more senior directors, including yourself. So to get to executive director, I always like to say there's 3 total senior directors, including yourself. So you can kind of keep that in mind, just for future. And then once you do get to the senior director, don't ever go into management mode. This is what happens so many times when you get to that position. So usually at that position in the company, you have 12 to 13 people on your team, including yourself. And it is, you think you get into kind of management mode of helping everyone, which is awesome. But again, you're not bringing in those brand partners, and you're not working your personal business that helped you get to that position to begin with. And that's kind of what happens is keep focused. Even at my level at 2-star, I have to keep focused on my new personal business every single month. Yes, I help and I dedicate time to my team, but I can't do their business for them. So you have to remember that. I can't hold their hand in it. If they want it, they will do it. And I kind of have to just keep that in the forefront of my mind, is if they want it, they will do it. And I will continue to find more people that do want to do it. And so just keep remembering that when you're at that level. Sponsor your team and helping them start qualifying, helping them get to director and iPad bonus, or the 3, whatever the currency is over there, that bonus at the beginning within the 30 to 60 days. Helping them get there the soonest is obviously, again, going to add that momentum, add that energy to your team, because people are watching. And when you get those bonuses at the very beginning, the people that are watching go, oh my gosh, what is this? What is this company? Okay, I have to look a little bit more into it. So sponsor them, welcome them to your team. I always say this, once you have, this is your own business, and let's just say you opened a storefront business, okay? And you have a grand opening, which is going to be your launch party. And then you are going to, everyone that is an employee of that business, of course, you're going to welcome them to your team. Of course, you're going to help them with everything that they need, whatever the case may be. But people, welcome your people to your team, call them, get to know them. There are situations in this company where people do not sponsor. Unfortunately, they might bring someone into the company and they just let them go. And so when you welcome all your 30 to 60, even 90-day new brand partners into the business, you welcome them, and you tell them that you're their leader and one of their leaders. You give them your information just in case they don't have anyone that's helping them. Then you have that one up that you can help them if they don't have anybody and if they're kind of out there on an island by themselves. So there's a perfect example for that. Erin Hall here in the States, she is a 5-star national marketing director, and she was not being sponsored at all. And she had 8 new brand partners right out of the gates pretty fast. And then she sat at that for about 6 months, and she had no one helping her get to that next level. She was not at senior director. She was sitting at director with 8 brand partners. And Mary Chipper, who is a 3-star here in the States, and she's above Erin, many, many, many generations above Erin. And she looked through her reports and saw this girl sitting at director with 8 brand partners. And she thought, what in the world? Okay, is she getting sponsored? So she locked arms with her and seriously called her, became good friends with her, and said, you have to get to conference. Let's get you to conference. And Erin had no clue who this lady was, really. And she's like, who is this lady? Just keeps harassing me about getting to conference. And she ends up, getting to conference. Long story short, conference changed her life. She came back literally a week or 2 later. She got to senior director, and now and literally exploded from that. So when I'm talking about conference, I'm going to go ahead and plug conference. I know you guys have one coming up in 2019. We do too. Get to conference if you can. Seriously, it is a game changer in your business. It's almost like if you want this to be a business, then treat it like a business. And it's a fun business. And I absolutely love this company. And conference is a game changer because there's so much energy, and you see your Nerium family and you learn so much, but you really see the company as a whole at that point, and you really see them and what you want out of this business. And you say, oh my gosh, if they can do it, I can do it. You hear story after story, and it is really game changing for your life. So if you can get there, I think it's called Get the Edge. It's in 2019 in October. So that is something that I would even say start booking your hotel for. We have one next year, and I've already had my hotel booked. So just something there. Reassure people when they do start that this is an earn as you learn type of business. So many people at the very beginning of this business, they really feel like they need to know everything, and they sit there and they spend all of their time learning, and they don't put any of that learned knowledge into activity mode, and you sit there and you're like, oh my gosh, they know everything, but they haven't done anything to make their business. So just reassure them that, get your new brand partners when you do welcome them to your team and stuff. Make sure that they're having launch parties. Again, if you had a storefront business and you did not open your doors with a grand opening, do you think your business would succeed? No. It does not succeed without a launch party. In my opinion, I feel like even 2 launch parties is best. It gets the new brand partner energized. It lets them see what this could be. It lets them know how easy this is. And it gets them their first customers. It gets them starting to get paid. You want all that. You want them to have energy. You want them to have that success at the beginning, again, to get you to the next level. And again, I love this. Help enough people get what they want and you get what you want. It is such an awesome, awesome business that we're in, that we can literally help people succeed, and in return we succeed. So it's awesome. So if you are at senior director, or if you're at director and you want to get to senior director, you and your team need to bring in 4 to 6 parties a month, more so on the six range if you are at director. Now that is all of you guys put together. So remember that. So those launch parties for those new brand partners that are coming into your team, parties for you, parties for other people on your team that are trying to get to director, all that's going to play a part. Once you're at senior director, you want to have 12 parties between you and all of your team. And those parties, they are just going to make it a lot faster for you to succeed in this business. It is just, instead of 100 one-on-ones and sit-downs, like just 100 of them, you're just going to get 100 people all in rooms, and you're going to talk to them all at the same time. So it's more bang for your buck. And then if you want to get to executive director, the average is between you and your team, 30 parties. And then if you want to get to RMD, the average is around 45. And again, I don't want to ever say that I didn't get in this business to do party. Let's be honest. I have a life too. I get that. But there's so many ways now that we can have parties. We can have them in home. We can have them in restaurants. How fun is it to have, like, we have parties here in Indianapolis that they're wine parties. And it's at a local winery. So, be creative in regards to that. You can have them on Facebook Lives. You can do all that. And even when I got to senior director, that is really the level that you can start having big forum parties. And they're really called market parties here in the States. It is when we have those big rooms at restaurants or wineries or whatever, and we present Nerium. We stand up and we kind of go through the different product lines that we have, and people have that opportunity to bring them into a public setting. And if you don't want to have it a public setting, you can literally start having RRPs weekly for your team. And if no one shows up, like guest-wise, you can do a training for your team during that time. Whatever the case may be, you can be as creative as you want with these parties, but have those get-togethers, especially, with your team. It does help. It helps them, again, keep plugged in. And it helps them keep learning. I went to market parties and RRPs at the beginning. I learned so much. I went to them to literally learn more information on how to present, or I learned more information about the products. I mean, there's so many things that people know that you might not even know. So new things, let's see. Even if you did not personally sponsor them, and I kind of went through this earlier, if you did not personally sponsor them and they're on your team, help them along that process as well. And then after the 23rd, I know you guys know that a lot of auto ship deliveries at that point, all the reoccurring ADOs, they have processed after the 23rd. So that's a really big deal in the Nerium world, because we know that all of that volume that's going to come in daily automatically, it is not going to. Everything past the 23rd is the new business, from new brand partners to new preferred customers. So after the 23rd, you look at your team and you look and see, okay, who is the closest to getting to director? Who is the closest to getting to senior director? And you start mapping it out after the 23rd. You give them a call. You say, some people don't even know how close they are to getting to these different ranks. Pretty much, it's crazy. I've called someone and they're like, I only need one more brand partner to get to senior brand partner. And you're like, yes, you only need one more. And then with the preferred customer, senior brand partner, within the first 30 days, they might have 6 PCs. Well, if they get 3 more, they can FSQ. They can get that extra bonus. So drilling down to your team and seeing what they need and picking up the phone and calling them. Let them hear your excitement. Let them hear how to do it without it's a lot faster. Obviously, it's just getting them on the phone instead of the back and forth, letting them know. So at the beginning of the month, and this is kind of good because it is the beginning of the month, set your goals. And, like we talked about earlier, my goals are always, 3 to 5 preferred customers, 1 to 3 brand partners. Set your goals and stay positive about it. Wake up every morning. If your goal is in your mind, wake up every morning and tell yourself, I am going to be at senior director this month. I used to put a Lexus photo in my bathroom mirror. So every single day I saw that. Put it in your closet, on your closet door, wherever. Put it in your car. Whatever it may be, whatever your goal is, visualize it. See it, say it out loud, and no doubt you will get there. You can never have a doubt in your mind that you will not get there. When Nikki was running towards NMD this month, it was like insane, and it's so much fun helping people promote, and that's what's awesome. Like, now that you have a team, you can help them promote, and it's so much fun. And it was a no doubt attitude. I mean, it was 100%, we're making this happen, do or die. If we have to stay up all night, this is happening. And it is so fun. And just know that you have to have that no doubt attitude. Write down your team's goals, maybe even at the beginning of the month, giving them a call, doing those game plans. Now, I know you cannot do that with everyone. I get that. So you do want to rely on those leaders and those sponsors to an extent, but always, if someone doesn't, if they need that help making that game plan, I reach out to my personally sponsored brand partners every single month, and I ask them, what do they want to put a game plan together? Do they want to put a plan of action and attack for what they are to expect and want to do this month? I mean, are they having the parties? Are they getting those samples out? All of that. Focusing on one rank at a time. So I love this lady to death in the States. But I was at regionals this weekend, and she just got to senior director. And she said, I am going to be at NMD by the end of the year. And I love those goals. I love that energy. I love that positive thought of her getting to NMD by the end of the year. But we cannot think about NMD yet until we get to executive director. So that's what I told her. I said, you got to senior director. The next is executive director. Let's focus on that rank now, and we will have that in the forefront, of course, but we cannot get there until we get to ED and RMD before we get to NMD. So keep those goals in mind. And something that always helps me is to get to executive director, you need, like I said, 3 senior directors on your team. To get to RMD, you need about 7 to 8 senior directors on your team. So always helping those baby brand partners get to senior brand partner and director. It then bumps those people up to get the next set to get to the senior director. If you start at the very bottom of your team and help everyone promote at the very bottom, it is going to, in return, promote everybody up, okay, including yourself. So start at the bottom, getting people director. If you pop director, you're going to pop everybody up. So just keep remembering that, and you're going to get those senior directors that will help you get promoted to the next level. Duplicate yourself. Okay, so I had a team all over the United States. I did not literally have anyone in my area that I live in until I got to national marketing director, which is insane. But I knew a lot of people elsewhere. I knew people all over the States. And so I had to train my team virtually all the time. We didn't even have Zoom, okay? We didn't even have Facebook Lives. We didn't have any of that. That's only 4 years ago. So I had to do conference calls. And this was the way that I knew to duplicate myself and to train my team. Okay, this is the only way I knew. So again, I used to write out all of these calls, and I used to talk to my team and tell them everything that I was doing, I was telling them to do too. Because I know that so many people, they might not think outside the box. They might not think of things to do. To whatever I was doing, I was helping them and telling them exactly what I was doing, because I wanted to get to the next promotion, and I wanted them to get to the next promotion. Also, when you do bring in brand partners and you have placement suite, I'm not going to go into placement suite training. I don't think there ever is placement suite training. It is kind of like crazy that you all everybody learns it on their own. So I will try to, share with you a little bit of what I did at the beginning in placement suite is I would take those new brand partners and I would always use them towards a promotion if I could. Now, granted, if I had a very strong leg, and which I did, I had a strong leg, and poor Kim Maines, my strong leg, she's never received any placement of mine because I cannot place people in that strong leg if I'm capped out. If I'm capped out at that strong leg, I'm not going to benefit from putting one of my personally sponsored in that leg because I can get no more volume from that leg once it gets to a certain number. So I would put them into my other two legs. And when I looked at my legs, I would always look, who can I promote? Who can I use this volume and get someone to promote? And so that's how I use my placement suites. Everybody does it differently. At the beginning, you don't have to worry about levels and generations like I do at this point in my business because I have a lot more levels and you get paid on levels and stuff. So I have to think of it a little bit differently. But when I was new and all the way up to NMD, I just looked at those two legs. I looked at who I could get to the next level because promotions help your business. Promotions give momentum. Promotions give energy. And of course, they're excited, the new brand partners that just promoted, and that's going to get them to help their team get promotions, and it just ripples. It's a huge ripple effect. I think I pretty much covered it. I did talk about game plans with your team. We do. Once I got to director, big piece of advice for me is Mary Chipper. She's definitely a mentor of mine in this company. She's a 3-star national marketing director and way above us. And she started right when this company started. But she told me in regards to wanting to grow a business, if you do not have the edge, then you cannot fully function with your business. And it's even more so now. The edge is an incredible tool that we have to grow our business. And if we want to get those samples out and be productive in that way, which is huge, we want to tell our team to do the same. Getting that edge and having it. We get the 30 points every month for the sampling. We get the trip volume of 100 trip points every single month. Plus we have a full, I like to call it a personal assistant in our business every single month. So again, ripple that down to your team. Let them know about the edge. Let them know about conference. And if you want to get game plans on with your team, now is the perfect time. It's the beginning of the month, and it's a time that you can definitely get that game plan action for you and your team and your business. As much as this is our fun job, it still is. We're still making money, and we still have dreams of moving to the next level, to whatever your dream might be, to leave your job, to go on extra vacations, whatever that is. You still have that goal in front of your mind. And, getting that mapped out is critical because so many times, even on the 23rd and past, that's when people start plugging into their business. And I'm like, if they would have just plugged into their business at the very beginning of the month, the first 3 months first 3 weeks of the month, think how much further along they would be in their business. So just kind of reach out to your brand partners, see if you can help them. I hope this training helped you guys. I definitely want to continue to give you guys some leadership development and some leadership training. So be looking out for that every month. And if you guys need anything else, just reach out to me. Thanks, guys. Is there anything else? I'm going to stop the